Excellent. So just want to give a little bit of news as well. Just so you know, WordCamp, we're working on WordCamp. Hopefully March, April 2020 is the goal. It all depends on the venue. We've got a team together. I've been approved. I put the application in. I'm waiting for a mentor. I've had the onboarding. We actually have a website, houston2020.wordpress.something. There's nothing there. I think somebody even went, hey, I'm trying to get the emails, like where there's like nothing there right now. We've done nothing with it. So it is purely default website. So if you go there, just let you know that. Anyway, we're looking for a venue. We have a team together. We've got a few options. We're just going to start making some phone calls and see if we can. Once we get the venue, then I can get dates, I can get sponsors, I can get, everybody all geared up. We actually are doing it a little early. They were surprised, but I didn't want to do it in the fall because there's San Antonio, there's Austin, I think even Dallas does them in the fall, and I just kind of wanted to do spring. Yeah, see, I don't want to compete with that. So I figured springtime in Houston isn't too bad. It's, unless you think middle of summer is a good time to do it. All right, just other news. If you want to volunteer, we have like the guys that are we're all kind of organizing it. When we get close enough, we're going to need volunteers, and this meetup group is who we're going to call for the army of volunteers. So just get yourself ready. Speakers at some point. We're going to be looking out for speakers. The thing about speakers and what what WordCamp wants is local speakers. I'm allowed to bring people outside of Houston. I've already gotten people that are anxious. They want to come here and speak, and they're in Seattle, and one of them is in Australia. And but I have to really encourage it local. So local Houstonians doing presentations. So think about if there's something you can do. And of course, topics, we'll talk about things that they want to hear. But what I am going to do is sometime before then is actually have a meetup about how to be a speaker at a WordCamp. So, we'll have a little course on what to talk about, how to structure it, all that good stuff. And that way, if you're just kind of thinking about it, then at least you'll have a better idea of how to do it. But I highly encourage it, though. If you have anything that you're of interest and you're really passionate about, it's a great way to get the word out, as well as to get used to being a presenter and speaking, too. I think it's a really great way to help your business. Right now, if you've got a WordPress site right now, and you've got anything less than maybe PHP 7, do y'all know what the language that we use on WordPress is PHP, right? Any 5.6, 5.7, I think they're going to drop support for that at some point, especially WordPress. So if you have a hosting account, ask your hosting account person, ask them what programming language you have, and if you can, upgrade to the latest version. GoDaddy still has sites on 5.4, 5.5. They won't do anything until you tell them to. So just kind of make that aware. It's a big deal. It's a security issue, and once you upgrade to over 7, it'll help your website a little bit faster as well as more secure.
What did you say the target dates were for the WordCamp?
Spring 2020.
Oh.
Don't have a specific date yet. WooCommerce came out with blocks. I don't know if you've noticed, if you have a WooCommerce site, to kind of get ahead of the Gutenberg. So I haven't even looked at it yet. I think just last week I got it installed. So we'll talk Gutenberg here, but just so you know, WooCommerce now is starting to come down with what they're considering are the blocks. And then the last thing I wanted to bring up was, I thought this was cool. WordPress 5.0 replaces the word blogging with publishing. So we've now changed this, you know how every time you get a WordPress, someone says, but it's just the blogging, it's just for blogging. They're really trying to change that now. It is a publishing platform. So they're kind of representing that in some of the wording that they use on WordPress. So, all right, let's get to this. So I'll be honest with you. I looked at Gutenberg back in November and I went, ugh. It was, to me, I felt it was, how shall we say this? It was just friendly. So just to start off, what is Gutenberg? Gutenberg really is, since 2003, we've actually had the same editor for the longest time, right? So we've had some slight changes. There have been massive changes in browser sense, programming languages, and just users' comfort level, and how to do changes and edits on websites. So then we've got 5.0 block editing. That's Gutenberg. So block editing is really what we're talking about. Gutenberg is just their name, their brand for this type of editor. So it's really called block editing. And so block editor is in WordPress as a part of the Gutenberg development project, the how. So just clarity on what Gutenberg is. People have higher expectations now for content editing experience. They really want WYSIWYG. So do y'all know what WYSIWYG is? What you see is what you get. So with Squarespace, with Wix, with all these other websites, it's made people a little bit more comfortable creating websites themselves. There's a lot of drag and drop, lots of way more interactive features that we see now. I personally like Beaver Builder, so that's another drag and drop tool that I use on WordPress. So I think that's what's kind of behind this, all of this, is we need to kind of upgrade the user experience, and that's why we have blocks. Old versus new. This is our old one. Y'all remember? You still have this probably. Oh, how many of you guys downloaded the classic? Yeah, I got classic. It's still on mine. The classic editor. Yeah, there's a plugin that has been downloaded more than 3 million times already, because no one's ready to use Gutenberg right now. But if you're still not comfortable, you can download the classic editor. It still looks like this. Editing process has changed very little since WordPress we kind of started out. The focus has always been on data entry. Like the purpose was nothing about how it displayed. That was your theme. That's what the theme is, what the display was. So all you would do is you would just structure your content in here, your H1 tags, your bullets and all that. And if you had an image, you'd stick an image and you can wrap it left, right, or in the middle, right? That was pretty much all you could do, because the whole point was just data. Put the information in, hit publish, and go. Well, now people want way more control over what is displayed. So, we'll just pass by that. Now we've got blocks of information. And all of the same stuff you have in the classic editor, it's still there. It's just been really shifted around. And when I've just got a couple of these slides, but then we're actually going to get into Gutenberg. And I've got my testing site set up. It's plain Jane, and we'll kind of play around on it. Blank canvas instead of text boxes. Anatomy. So you'll see here we've got, on the far left, you can add a block. You've got a little bit of editor information. I'll show you what all that looks like. You've got your preview button, the publish button. These are toggles. So the gear sign and then the 3 dots, those are toggles, and you'll see what those do. Same thing as the old editor. You've got the public or private. You can schedule here immediately, just publish it, or you can schedule it whenever you want it to actually appear. You can set your featured image just like the old one. Discussions. If you notice one thing too, all of this has been moved over to the right. Whereas before, some of this, like the discussion, was down here on the bottom. So everything's really kind of been moved over. Now I found some other areas, if you've got custom fields, it still shows at the bottom. But there's your parent page, what order you want in your attributes, your author is still there. It's just been shifted. So when you add a block, you add a block. I don't know what else to call it. But what type of block? You've got a paragraph block, a heading block, all these different blocks that you can use, your list, and it becomes its own entity that you can drag and move around, up and down. Beaver Builder, I can go left and right. This you can go up and down. No, here you can do columns too, so you can kind of shift them left and right. Audio, your cover image if you want something at the top, if you've got your theme has that. What else? This is the most used, and you can see you've got toggles down here where you can click common blocks. You click this, you've got formatting of this, you've got layout elements of this. So you've got many options of the type of block that you want to have on that page. So that's your, on the top, you can see the toggle. So you can have a toolbar, which took me forever. I had to go on YouTube to find this thing. So, you know, because I like my editor stuff at the top. Some people want it within the content of the page. So if you turn it off, it's on the block itself. The little toolbar is on the block. You can toggle this so that the toolbar is at the top if you want. I just thought it was like, it took me forever. So the information, what I think is kind of cool is you can see the layout of your content. So you can see the column, paragraph, right? So you can, the tree essentially is what this is. So you see your tree and you can kind of see how you've structured your page a little bit easier, which I thought was nice. But yeah. All right, so now we're going to just get in this thing. All right, so same old, everything looks the same. We come into page 1. Now I have the default theme on this, the WordPress theme. I don't have any fancy theme, anything weird. It's just the default theme. I just kind of played with it just a little bit to add some content in here. But you can already see they've got, you know, walk you through if you want. Welcome to the wonderful world of blocks. So you can kind of click through this and kind of give yourself a little orientation. And let's look through here. Click the preview to load a preview of this page. That's still the same. See your next tip. Finished writing, that's great. Let's get this published. Got it. All right, so we've got plus, which is add a block. Pretty standard. So now I can come here. I have different options of the different kinds of blocks I want to put in here. So most used obviously is your paragraph, your image. So if I click the image, it adds an image. Same thing here, I can upload an image or pick from the media library, select an image, right? These are blocks. Now I can click and drag this above. Well, kind of. I'm going to do that way too. So I can keep doing this. This is the page. Okay, so that's the page title. So remember at the very top of the page, it had its own field at the top. That's essentially what this is now. It looks like it's part of your content. That threw me because I'm trying to find where's the slug, where do I change all that stuff. The slug is here. So you can change the URL of the page here. Obviously you can change it here, but change your URL here. There's your preview. Now what I do like is when I click here, now I can see, remember how you used to have to click the image and it would open up another pop-up to edit about the image? Now it shows on the right bar, and I think that's a way faster way of managing your images that you've got on this page. So here's your quick alt text, which everybody needs to make sure they have. You can change the size of the image. You can change the dimensions here. I mean, to me, I think this is awesome. This is a way better formatting here. Now here I can even edit the image this way as well if I don't want that image. Obviously I did a lot of uploading. Right? I can now change this out if it's a different image that I want. I've got some options here as to align right, align left, right? I can do a gallery. That's another block, so I can upload and have another gallery. Again, it depends on your theme how it's displayed on the other end, but that's what these blocks are for, to be able for you to insert different sections and different options rather than just solely waiting on your theme to do that. You can write a quote. Put your quote in there. You can change the style of the quote, large, regular. There's your document. Oh, that's the whole document. Again, I can go up, move these up.
Seems like it's faster.
Yes, I would agree too. I would think it's, now here's your table. So I know for me, sometimes I just want a table. I know we're not supposed to have tables anymore, we need to display, but I can actually just need a table to display data. And I'd have to get a plugin, or I'd have to custom, you know, HTML it, or, because most of my clients, it's hard for them. They can't go into the code, the editor. They don't understand the TDs and the TRs and all that stuff. So having a displayed version of a table is really nice. So,
what do you click for table?
so that is just another here, add a block. You've got the cover. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. See, y'all are going to have to help me with this because I'm certainly not an absolute expert. So there's your table. Now you do your how many columns you want.
Sweet.
So if we can change the block type too. Oh, really? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I haven't really spent a heck of a lot of time. So we're learning this together, some of this here. So anything in here that you would like to see, just let me know. Let's see. We've got more styles over here. So this is where you can change your column stripes here. You still, now, the other part of this is, let's look at this here. VB auto save, nope. I want to hit update real quick. There, nope, this one. That's the toolbars at the top, toolbars within, let me go inside here. So you can see the toolbars here. And now I've got the toolbar at the top. It moves it, at least it's supposed to. It might be, my screen might be too small because it's supposed to show up here or behind the pop-up. All right. Then we have spotlight mode, focus on one block at a time so everything goes gray. So you can concentrate on the one section that you're working on. You've got, oh, this is what took me forever to find was the code editor. So for those of you that wants to get into the nitty-gritties of it, that's where your code editor is. That took me a while to find that.
Where is that?
That is here and here.
Okay. So you're talking about right now we click on text, but you're saying now we go to code editor instead of, they're not going to call it text versus visual?
Right, it's the code editor.
Okay.
Visual versus text is gone.
Okay.
And it's not as easy, it's one extra click to get to it. But I believe this is your short, you know, if you've got a Mac, that's your shortcut there. Oh, the other cool thing is if you've got blocks that you use over and over again, you can have reusable blocks. You can pull those in. So if you've got maybe a block of maybe a contact us row, here's our form, fill this out, and you want that at the bottom of every page, that could be a reusable block that just gets added. Whichever page you feel like that would be a great place for it. So maybe you've got a landing page and you want the same form, you want people to subscribe to the same form and they get the same downloadable, and it only applies to certain people that land on that page. You can use a reusable block for that. There's your keyboard shortcuts. So if you really, you know, want to get around pretty quickly. I didn't know this is on the regular WordPress. Did you all know? I couldn't find this anywhere on the regular one. So that's nice. Let's see, we can play around over here. There's more. Okay, so now we go outside of spotlight mode. Switch to draft. Update. So why can't I click here?
You go back to the block and visual instead of
Oh, bugger. See, I don't like that. Geez. Okay, that's all right. Let's see, some formatting we can do here. We can do code, so if you have to embed something. What's classic look like? Oh, there's your classic editor. So if you want some text, you can do your hyperlink. That's a block.
Classic editor is a block?
A block, yeah, right here.
Wow. So you don't need a plug-in for the classic editor?
If you want, you do if you don't want to have anything to do with Gutenberg right now. If you just want your classic editor back, you need the plugin. This is just the classic editor of the text box.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah. So I mean, you can still do the same thing. You can, you know, did I have an add image? Yeah. You can add your media in the text box, just like you did with the old editor.
Okay.
There are more than one classic editors. There's some that will allow you to, on a post-by-post basis, choose whether you want to use Gutenberg or classic editor.
Right.
If you just download just the traditional classic editor and turn that on, it turns Gutenberg off the entire site.
Okay. And I think I have that. Yeah. So if I activate this, it gets rid of all, yeah, I activate this, all of Gutenberg goes away. It goes right back to the old style. Let's see, what else? We still have your revisions are still here, so if you ever make a mistake and you need to go back, that's not changed, that's still there. It's just the location of it. One other area that was a little bit hard for me to figure out was, you remember the little drop-down box at the top that decided what you wanted to see and what you didn't want to see? You know, comments, custom fields, right, and it would show up below the editor. There is a place for that, and I had it, and now where'd it go? Page attributes. No. This was interesting. This is copy all content, so all of this would be copied.
Yeah.
Pasted in another page, which I thought was kind of cool. Where is it? Here is your block navigation, so I can quickly pop down to the one I wanted to work on. So as your page gets really long, you don't have to scroll so much to find it. Just use your little block editor here, your image. Here is how many words, how many headings, paragraphs, how many blocks. So that's cool. If you have like a Yoast plugin, that does get added to the very bottom. So it doesn't show up on the right. If you've got custom fields, that shows up at the bottom too. And I believe, do I have Yoast plugin on this? I don't have Yoast plugin.
I imagine keywords function the same in the blocks, or you have to do the classic editor for the keywords?
You mean tags?
Tags, or...
Yeah, you know what? Tags, where's our well, tags for pages aren't here. This is a page.
Go in brackets.
Right.
Keywords.
These are page, so let's go look over at a post. Post, you'll have the tags. Oh, kind enough for them to. So here's your categories, here's your tags.
Well, like, okay.
Is that what you mean? Or do you mean meta tags?
Well, there's bracket, like for instance, to add a form, sometimes...
Short codes?
Short codes.
Short codes. Yes, and that would be, you can definitely do that within the editor itself, like any of the text editors, but there's also an HTML block. Say again?
There's also a shortcode block.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Put your shortcode there. Thank you. Who else? Help me out here, guys. What else knows more than me about this stuff? No. You're supposed to be showing me.
What about forms?
Forms. Let's put, I don't think I have forms on this one. Let's add a contact.
Is forms a block, or is that...
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even look to see. That could be.
Yeah, like without it being another plugin, you can go through and...
Yeah, let me try that. Let me go over to a page. I can't imagine it would be, to tell you the truth, because you have to set up.
It's a basic thing.
Yeah, but it would require you to put in the from, the to, the content, you know, all that stuff, and I think you need a plugin for that.
You mean like pre-formatted, could that be it?
What is it that you do on Classic that you guys want to see if we can do this on Gutenberg?
How do you keep the images left and right?
Yes. So part of that is this. Now, what I'm trying to figure out to do is there is a columns block here. And I had a heck of a time with columns. Let me get the form one. Let me see if forms get added.
Do you know how to justify the images in a paragraph?
Yes.
Just look at pre-formatted, maybe that's it.
Let me just add some text here.
Media text is a really cool option where it's pre-set up to have an image on one side and a text block to the other side. You can switch them over.
Which one's that from the media?
Media and text.
Ah, okay. This one.
So rather than floating
Yes.
image to the left or the right, that kind of automatically puts them in columns. And there's the stack on mobile on the right-hand side choice where you can decide whether or not you want to collapse that vertically on mobile device.
Okay.
And which block is that?
Media and text, I think it's called.
This one. Yeah, they have the columns layout too, so you can have multiple columns, but the hard thing that I was trying to figure out how to do with the columns was, so if you put a column in, if I don't want this column, how do I delete that column? Like, I've got a column here now. How do I get rid of, like, I can add a column.
Can you just forward delete?
I think you have to take that nested block out of the column.
I don't have columns.
Oh. Add another row here? God.
Yeah, if you hit the return key, it automatically adds a paragraph block.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
Let's see his mind.
Oh, good idea. It's so pretty. Oh, look at that. All right. Okay, so
What control is there, like for what he just mentioned, instead of adding a new paragraph, if you want to just go to the next line?
Can you try shift return?
yeah, I'm sure that's a shift return. Yep.
Okay.
So how do you control the spacing between the blocks vertically?
I believe that would be your CSS and your theme. That's the point here. Is I still think it's still data driven, but your theme is going to determine a lot, which has your CSS is going to determine how this is all looking, the space. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Is there something, because I know in Beaver Builder I can adjust space, padding, margins, all that stuff in a block itself. I don't see this here. There is you can add CSS. Yes. Yes, here you can add CSS for this block. So if you need to add styling and padding to the top and the bottom, you could do that for that block here. That would get really tedious though. Yeah, yeah. Now, is there a way to add an ID to this and a class to this block? Do you know?
The class is right where you were pointing to. The ID, what I've found, is dependent on the block type, which is a little frustrating. So I found that, like, headings,
Mm-hmm.
the heading block has the ability to add an ID. So you can, like, have a, more button that then scrolls down to that or something along those lines. But a lot of blocks don't have the ID, which I thought was
That is weird.
a strange choice. But
Why would you put a drop cap? Like, why would that be a thing to add? Like, okay, let's have a feature for a drop cap. And not give you that ability to give it an ID, to give a block an ID, your own custom ID. Where did you say the ID was? Here?
certain block types, like do a heading, so like just do a new block of heading, I believe on the bottom.
Wait, I just got inside that. Hold on a second. It's adding.
No, right there.
No, it added inside here. I don't want it inside here. All right, whatever. Okay.
So on the right-hand side under advanced,
Uh-huh.
an HTML over there.
So you could give that a div, an ID here?
Yeah,
Mm.
that's all, it's strange that you don't have that control over every block.
So I know, you can drag this, I believe, so you can do it, get it out of that block there. So you can drag some of this stuff around. So you can come up. But it's really hard if you don't have the right mouse. I do like you can visually see that.
Is there a way to more easily see where the divisions are between the blocks?
Besides
To a
clicking
certain
in
extent,
them.
they just sort of
They
close
kind of
together.
blend together, don't
Yeah,
they?
I mean, once you clicked on it,
You
you can
see it.
the order, but before that, it's like,
I agree.
where does this one end and where does that one start?
No, I totally agree. I know, and again, I hate to bring up Beaver Builders because I just know it so well, that when you hover over it, it shows the border of where you're going to click. And I don't,
You go under options, maybe, I seem to remember maybe something the other, the three dots, very bottom options. I want to say there was an outline mode, but I can't remember for sure.
Oh, and here's your panels too, by the way.
No, I guess not, sorry.
You can uncheck some of these if you don't use like discussion. We can get that going away. You can turn off the tips. You can turn off custom fields if you don't need that.
So where did you find that?
Under
Okay.
here, and
Alright.
you can barely see it because of the screen, but it's right here called order. I'm not order. Wait, hold on. Here it is. Options. The very, very bottom. It gives you the panels you can see. What else can we show you? I do think they're going to come up with way more changes, and I feel like this. I think that was the consensus. That this came out a little too early. I think there's a lot more change. I think that's why there's 3 million downloads of the classic editor. People it's just not ready. I know a couple of my websites we upgraded. It was blank on the other end, and this is like a 10-year-old website, so I can't really give it much credence. But we had to absolutely install the classic editor. It just wasn't ready for it, and I think that's just more because it's 10 years old than it is Gutenberg. But all right, Kyle, what do you think? Where else? What else? We got page breaks. So what does the page break do?
You want to have a page that continues, like page 2, page 3, on the same article.
Okay. Is that just another styling option that you can just?
It just keeps you from having a page that scrolls on forever. You can break an article up 2 or 3 pages.
Okay. Oh, I get what you're saying.
Paginate.
Now, how do you delete a block?
There should be an X in the corner.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. There's no. How do you delete a block?
Just
Right click on it.
hover over the where you would normally drag and drop. On the left-hand side, those dots there. Click on the dots. Click on. Well, there has to be something. I'm sorry. There has to be something that's be editable, I guess.
No right clicking on there either.
Shift-Alt-Z.
Yeah, I should go back.
Google says hover on it, click on the block you want to remove, click more options, menu dots in the top nav bar, and then in the drop down, click remove block.
You gotta be kidding me. Wait, what now? Where? Say that again?
Google says, click on the block you want to remove,
Yeah,
click on more options, menu dots in the top nav bar,
yeah,
the drop down, click remove block.
yeah.
No, on your. Yeah, click on the block. There was a plus button in the middle.
So like for instance, I'm clicking on my block with an image,
Mhm.
the toolbar at the top changes,
Yeah, see,
so at the
see,
very,
there
very
was a blue
end,
plus sign when you hover over it.
at the very, very end, there will be 3 more dots. If you click inside the actual block.
Yeah, I'm in the actual block.
Click on it.
Click on it.
I am.
Some text here.
This, I'm clicking on this.
Try the,
Try the
text
one-
one, try the next one down.
Well, we still gotta delete.
Okay.
Okay,
Your menu bar isn't coming on, could it be because that alert message is there?
Yeah, click
Does
the
that have
X on
anything
the
to do
alert.
with it? Okay, there we go.
this one. Goodness, okay.
Oh, there's a.
Remove the block. Oh, look, there's a shirt, yeah. Jeez.
That's the complaint that I've read about, is that it takes you more clicks to do the same thing.
Oh my gosh, there should be like an X here. There should be a little X right here. Dude, gone. Okay. Wow. Jeez Louise. Okay, well that's a good one. That's another one good to know. There's your insert before and insert after if you want to add blocks before and after within. Edit as HTML, so you don't have to go over to the other side. Come in here. There's your edit HTML. Let's see.
You can drag one block into another block. So, for instance, you want to drag that block where the cursor is into your table, you could just drag it up in there.
Say that one more time. Say that again.
Oh, I think you can drag one block into another block. Say if you want to drag that where it says some text here, you can drag it into your table if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yep, you can come in, maybe not, before and after maybe. Can we get to the side?
No, like in an empty cell or, yeah.
Yeah, it's let me do it up and before. I don't think you can because this is like cells in here. Although now I have a box. All right, well that's, all right, so how do I delete? Oh, there it is right here, okay. And duplicate, not too bad. Hide block setting, oh no. All right. Add reusable block, so that's your title it if you use it over and over again. Kyle, I'm looking at you, man. You gotta, you've been on this way more than I have.
Okay, here's a question that I have.
Oh, the form too. Let's see for the form. Yeah.
How many people in here use a page builder that's part of their theme, that they've either installed separately or came with your theme that you're using?
It's installed separately for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just curious. Because a lot of the premium themes use page builders.
Yeah, Divi, Elementor, yep.
A lot of, just a whole
Yeah.
bunch of them.
Yeah.
And, or they come with Visual Builder or one of the others.
Right.
And if you're using any of the premium themes, you're not using Gutenberg.
No, there has been talk about what to do, what's Beaver Builder, what's Divi, what are they all going to do, to compete with this, because this is just going to get better and better over time. They're just going to start, really making some. In fact, if you go on the Slack channel, you'll see they're on this. They're working on it all the time. But but at the same time, Divi, Elementor, they understand, so they're doing their best to work with Gutenberg. But I think it's just you just switch over. I don't know anybody. I haven't used Classic Editor in years. I've just been using the page builders.
Classic Editor, but it's built into the
Right.
page builder that you use.
Right. Exactly.
Because the page builder is a block editor.
Right.
It's just.
And if I were to turn on Beaver Builder, it would still show the option, this has been edited in Beaver Builder, continue here, and you click the button, opens up Beaver Builder. So it still does the same thing. Oh, the form. So if we have this contact form, I believe it's just the short code. But the cool thing is, I don't know, with the Classic Editor, I had a little option at the top. It would let me choose which form, and it would just add the form. So personally, I don't see that in here as an option.
Gravity Forms does not have an integration with that yet.
Ugh, really? Yeah, I use Gravity Forms.
This quick short code grabber thing like this.
Yeah.
I just tried mine and it let me add a jetpack form. Like jetpack was a.
Well, of course, Jetpack.
I don't think
It's like shopping at the company store.
Exactly. Oh, look at what they have. So if I were to do, did I paste it? Wait, see now? Daggone it. I got to do an HTML, don't I?
Short code block.
Okay, now where'd it go? Where's my, I'm in it. How do I, oh my gosh. This thing is a pain. There we go.
You want to use the short code block instead of the HTML block.
That is a shortcode. Oh, did you use a shortcode block?
Yeah.
All right, so far.
Do a short code.
So far, Gutenberg 0. Shortcode. All right.
So now instead of using a text block, you have to use a short code block.
Which is kind of nice because it avoids putting paragraph tags around that.
That's true.
Things of that nature.
That's true.
There's a contact form 7 Gutenberg block you can download from the WordPress.org
Okay.
plugin.
This, so what?
Oh, here it is.
Plugin.
For,
There's the form.
Contact form 7.
oh, okay.
So we go to the plugin. So you search contact form 7 Gutenberg.
Yeah, so it's plugin /cf -7 Gutenberg. But it's not contact form, it's CF7. That makes sense, right? Why are they making these? There it is.
There we go.
2 stars.
Wait.
I guess they didn't like it.
That instills confidence.
Oh no. How many downloads? Where'd it go?
Both of them.
It said 300.
Oh, it's got 200 here.
200, yeah.
All right. It's just a little, okay.
I guess nobody cares enough to rate it.
Usually the case. All right, so now I can come back over into my page and add, okay, all right. So it's just up to the plugin guys to start adding these blocks then. All right. Let me refresh. You think it's still...
Automatic didn't find something that they would like that's already built and just buy it.
Did I activate it? Yeah, I activated. What's it supposed to do?
Just type form instead of contact.
Nope. Well, that's helpful.
Screenshot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Gutenberg block hasn't been tested with the current version of WordPress.
So it's, I don't know if it's not working or if it's just, anyway. Okay. All right, well, I'm in here. What else y'all want to learn? Anything, issues, problems y'all are having? Yeah.
I have gone through a number of plugins for, if I say courseware,
Mm-hmm.
and had pretty much settled on Moodle. And I got it to connect. It seemed like it worked one time. And I was wondering if anyone has had experience with a learning management system or courseware that they've had success with.
Teachable is probably the best one.
Yeah, there's a couple free ones, but if you're really going to get into it, I think you need a hosted version is usually the best. But is Teachable a plugin?
Teachable and Kajabi are
Yeah.
the two that are the leading ones right now.
Yeah.
I've had a little bit of experience with LearnDash.
LearnDash, yep.
Super impressed with it, but a couple sites I've interviewed with that it's worked. It's just not.
Yeah, I've not heard of the one that you're using. What's the name again?
LearnDash.
No, he was using.
Teachable, LearnDash, and did you say eTool?
No, you said Moodle.
Yeah, Moodle. Which one did you say?
Moodle.
It's Kajabi and Teachable.
Yeah.
One thing that I haven't been able to find in Gutenberg is, although every time I'm copying and pasting content from a Word document from a client or something like that, try to always remember to paste the plain text. But occasionally it's nice to have clear formatting, and I don't see that
I don't either.
anywhere in Gutenberg, so I don't know if that's buried somewhere, if it's an add-on. I've done a whole
You mean like just the editor itself and just...
Yeah, if you just have like a paragraph block, but some formatting came over from Word or something like that.
WordPress used to have that option, paste characters. That
Yeah,
can-
I would just use the Paces plain text shortcut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you forget to do it, that'd be a nice option to have,
Yeah.
but I just don't see it.
I couldn't find that because I had the same problem. I was copy pasting from a Word doc, few paragraphs, and it created separate blocks for every paragraph.
Sure.
So that when I wanted to go back and, oh, I don't want that, I wanted to copy all of it, get rid of it, instead of now I have to go block by block by block to delete.
Yeah.
Will it
That-
even let you make it all, the multiple paragraphs into one block? I didn't think it would let you do that.
No, and that's my problem. That's what I tried to do, yeah.
So then it's like whenever you wanna move something, you gotta move them all.
All in, yeah, if you've got one full
You can't
5 paragraphs,
Take it and
yeah.
move it.
And that's the other thing. If I want to take a bunch of stuff and drag it and move it over one, you have to do it one by one by one by one.
That would be a good feature set is a block, I mean, a group command.
Right.
Group multiple blocks.
Right.
Does it recognize the soft returns? Could you replace your paragraph returns with soft returns and bring them over?
Yeah, it's still the same Shift Enter on a Mac.
Shift enter,
I think on a Windows the same way.
So
Same
but
thing.
you do that, and then when you paste it, it still brings it in different ones?
Yeah, when I literally copied it in, and maybe I can find a Word document, I hit paste and it just automatically created blocks for me for every paragraph. And that instantly, and that was back in November, and I went, okay, I'm done. I just was like, I'm done, I can't, So I was hoping by now that it had changed, but have you tried it recently, to do that recently? To do a Word? Let's see if I can find something here. In the meantime, usually we're here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, but this is kind of a short presentation. You guys got any other questions or problems? Yeah.
Does it stay pretty much independent of the theme? So it doesn't, you edit your posts or whatever, pages, and it doesn't affect the themes, or does?
From my experience, yeah, it still separates the design, the theme from the content. It still does that. So now I haven't seen what the new theme makers, I haven't seen what they're doing with blocks yet. I don't know how they're managing, because like we said, usually they've got their own page editors lately with Divi and I can't remember the other one now, but I haven't seen what the themes are looking like with Gutenberg as the sole creator, as the thing that they use to create to help with the theme. Have any of you guys seen any themes? Have you tried a theme that used Gutenberg, built on Gutenberg? No, I haven't either. I don't even know if there's, well, except for this theme that I'm using right now. I believe that was built. Sorry?
2019.
That's what I'm using. That's the theme I'm using is, so it's, it's a core theme here. There's nothing, that's all it is. Which, surprising, actually. With the other things they have, this isn't a good sign for me. Because they've got really great themes. This is what we turn out.
There's a plugin called Gutenberg Ramp, and it will allow you to select Gutenberg or Classic Editor per post type.
Okay.
There's another one, and I can't find it. There's another one that will actually allow you per post. It will let you choose.
Okay.
But if you use Gutenberg Ramp, then you can have all your pages on Gutenberg and all your posts on Classic Editor,
Oh, I see what you mean.
What do you call it?
Gutenberg Ramp, R-A-M-P. But like I said, there's another one that will allow you to do it per page or per post, which is kind of nice. Can't find it.
Enable Gutenberg, select leave depending on the post type. So if you build websites for folks, you can turn it off for, say, the blog post, which I think most people on a blog post don't want Gutenberg, in my opinion. Really, put their text in and have the theme do the design. But I know for my clients, I turn that off. I was going to see if we could set. It's so quiet, y'all. What? It's disturbing.
Can you look at widgets?
Sure, absolutely. That's a good idea. Let's look at widgets. Pages. Let's look at widgets. There's your shortcut. There's your archive. Huh. Okay, pages, categories. Okay, so this one's a good one. So if you want to be able to put your latest posts in here on a page, that's a nice block feature. So if you've got a specific topic, you know, you could actually pull in a post category into that page. So if somebody lands on that page on that topic, they can now read more about those other posts. So I think that's definitely, especially built in. That's cool. Anything else? Let's see, we got other widgets in here. And again, I'm sure, I haven't tried any of the plugins that actually add widgets, so I don't know if everybody's up to par with being able to add widgets for the Gutenberg, just like we just saw with Contact Form 7. Categories.
You're saying the plugin makers may not be up to Gutenberg, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think everyone's quite caught up. I think definitely the page builders have been working for it, but you know, to have Contact Form 7, one plugin, and then a whole other plugin just so that a block shows up is strange to me.
Also found some alternatives, like I think one's called Stackable that adds some other block types that are maybe a little slightly more advanced. They're still a little bit limited, but I think it's a install you have to do from a download from the website. I don't think it's in the repository.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is.
So you can add some different block types. They have kind of their own.
Oh, there you go.
With like a hero image with text and a call to action button on it,
Mm-hmm.
testimonial block and pricing boxes and things like that. And there's another one, can't remember the exact name, has the word ghost in it that has its own series of blocks. I'm kind of surprised I haven't found theme developers that are really coming out with like page layouts that have some ready to go blocks that here you go, here's something that you can get some boilerplate content and layout here to use as a starting place.
You could do that, Kyle.
Like things like I use Site Origin Builder, but they perhaps somewhere where they have some templates that you can
Right.
use as a good starting place.
Right, right. Well, this is the Ghost Kit one. So those are
Yeah, that's the other one I was thinking of.
some more blocks.
Yeah,
So it looks like it's just slow going here. It's just they're just behind some of these editors. Oh, you know, some of these other page builders that are already out there. But it looks like it's going to come around. They're just, you know, they're going to start hearing from the users like us of things that we need to happen and things that need to be changed. That's why you have just a constant iteration. So hopefully, as we go, maybe in 6 months there'll be another major improvement. But you know, that's why I love WordPress. It's just always iterating. It's always trying to change. And I think this is just different. And we're just not used to it. And I think, you know, once we all kind of gets used to it, it's going to be fantastic. So it's just got a ways to go.
So you were saying, you know, the companies like Beaver Builder and whatnot, they don't want to be just replaced, so they're working alongside.
Right.
Hopefully at some point, whenever Gutenberg does get
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah. Maybe it meshes.
Integration as opposed to just, oh well, these are obsolete now because they've been built on that instead of Gutenberg.
Right.
See, I kind of wonder if it's a bit opposite of that, to where the philosophy might be geared a bit for where Gutenberg might be built a little bit more towards the standard model of having a theme developer, and you know, for kind of more of the do-it-yourself crowd, where you install a theme, you have options X, Y, and Z, and Gutenberg fits into that theme in a certain way. Because like right now, just as far as things like being able to adjust columns, like if you want not a 50-50 column, but
Right.
if you want a 1/3, 2/3 column, right now there's no way to do that except for diving into
CSS.
CSS.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder if that's just going to remain that way, and it's going to be up to the theme developer to have those options available within Gutenberg, as opposed to having all that really granular control of
Right.
in this row,
Right.
what's a column percentage, and what's the padding around this
Right.
block
Right.
and that block.
Because that's true. Because I think
it's kind of disheartening
it
to
is.
have it be all built in.
Yeah, that's true. But I think this also depends on the user itself. The user, you know, when we hand over our website, some of them are just overwhelmed with Beaver Builder. It's just like, it's too much. So something like this, if we can build something like this where they can still kind of drag a box around, make a change, a slight change, but it doesn't overwhelm them with thousands of options that they have. So, yeah, so, okay, I see what you're saying.
I figured out how to do it per post, how to change between Gutenberg and Classic. What you have to do is, do you have Classic Editor installed?
It's installed, but it is not turned on.
Okay, turn it on first.
Okay. Why am I doing it from there? Classic Editor.
Okay, now go to Settings, Writing. No, I'm sorry, Settings on the left. Yeah, Writing Settings, that'll work. Okay, scroll down.
No, writing. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
here.
Right there, okay. Default editor, let's just start off with block editor, and then say yes to the next item. Allow the users to select.
Oh.
Save. Now go ahead and create a new post. Okay, and it should default to Gutenberg. All right, now click on the now bottom right hand corner, scroll down. Let's see, where is it?
Oh.
Click on document.
Editor, but
Oh,
it's like really hard to see.
It's right under editor, yeah.
Oh no.
There should be a switch to classic editor button. Yeah, that's it right there. Click that.
But what does that do? So if I do this, if I do and now let's just add a media. Let's just add something in here. Insert. Now I'm gonna I'm gonna add some more text, but I want to make this bullets. And here, add more bullets. Add more bullets. All right. So now if I publish, let's just save the draft. And now I go back to block editor. It's all in one box now. Ah. Okay, so now we can copy paste from a Word document in here and then go back to block editor.
So is that just for posts or is it also for pages?
I believe it's for both.
Post in, yeah.
Oh, so it just took all of that content and put it into the classic editor block.
Yeah. There you go. And I'm assuming it goes the other way. So if we started off with the block editor, and if we copy paste it from Word into the classic editor, then it won't create multiple paragraph blocks.
Create a new post with multiple blocks. Back to classic.
All right. Well, let's just publish this. Oh, I see. Well, now let me just add another block in here. Ah.
So looks like it integrated that last part that you put as a separate block into the editor.
Yep.
And then I bet if you go back again, it pushes it back into the original.
Yeah.
It's kept those comments in there, which is what drives
There you go. See here?
functionality.
I believe that's, yeah. So this is your editor in here. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Okay. It is segmented back in the block.
Yeah.
It's integrated into the classic editor.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Somehow there's a hidden something that is recognizing.
It's that.
It's not in the.
It's this. It's the tags that are in there. It's when you go into and you look at the text, these tags.
Yeah.
That's what's causing. That's the blocks. So if I were to actually copy this and create more, I'm ending it. Yeah, I just realized that. Let's do the whole thing.
Yeah, that should,
I should have more blocks.
block editor.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's good to know. Because now I can delete blocks without having to do all over the place.
Yeah.
Hey, see?
And now you can delete them if you want to move them, like as a group.
Yeah, see, now I can, yeah, see? Now we figured out how to drag a whole bunch of blocks.
Yeah.
That just seems really convoluted way of doing it.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah, it may not be like your first thought, but
Hey, collective minds here. This is awesome.
it works.
All right. Well, let's keep it short. We're good. Any other questions you want to see how we can do some of this stuff? You want to put any other, you're struggling with something, it's not working for you. How do I do something? What's a good plugin for this? No questions, nothing really. You're good to go? All right, well, that's all right. So just next Friday, the speaker is Matthew from eWeb Results. Anyone familiar with eWeb Results? They're the top SEO podcast in the nation. No, February. Yeah, the third Wednesday of February, I believe, is the 20th. So he agreed today to be our speaker. He's going to talk about how to use SEO to build your own brand. But they've got a very, very popular podcast. If you go to iTunes and search eWeb Results, they're really good. Fun. They're lighthearted when they talk about it. They actually do kind of bring it down a notch in terms of explaining SEO too. They pull out a topic and they kind of go into the details of it. So it's really, really good stuff. So they'll be here Friday. God bless it, February. And so that'll be a good topic. So we'll try and go back and forth between like code stuff and WordPress and then just kind of marketing, helping you kind of grow, so web results. That's even their website, ewebresults.com. And Chris Burris is the owner, and then Matthew, I think, is his partner in crime. So.
The topics on the podcast
SEO. SEO related. Yeah, a little pay-per-click. They'll talk about AdWords as well. It's a short meetup this time. Good. Thank you everybody for coming. Appreciate it. Oh, one other thing, if you want a speaker, some of you guys have come up to me afterward and said, "Hey, I want to be a speaker," and I don't. I forget to call and speaker. I'm looking for speakers. Hey, I really want to talk about something. Let me know. So, all right, cool. Thanks. Yay! Now you can clap. Yay! All right, awesome.